Okay, this is the Game is On 100 here with my video, and this video is going to be the review video of the Chicago Bears New Orleans game. Let's get started. The Chicago Bears today lost 30-13 to New Orleans. Basically, when I watched this game, I was seeing how the offensive line of the Bears just broke up. You know, they kept on pressuring. They had a lot of pressure today. I figured they were going to be pressuring a lot to get Jake. They were going to pressure Jay Cutler a lot, and they pressured Jay Cutler a lot. And I knew when the Bears were trailing that they were going to be abandoning the run, and they threw the ball more, which was 45 passing attempts to only 12 rushes. That can't happen. That can't happen in a game to win. Can't happen. You have to be balanced. So from this game, otherwise from the injury standpoint, Gabe Carimi left the game with a knee injury. Earl Bennett left the game with like a chest injury. So we don't know what is the extent on Earl Bennett or Gabe Carimi. Hopefully it's not as bad for Gabe Carimi. But if he doesn't come in to fill in, the Bears has to work this week to get their offensive line redone. What they should have done, they should have made it when they had in Frank Omiyale, who came in to fill in for Gabe Carimi. They should have moved Jamarcus Webb back at the right side and put Frank Omiyale at the left side. That maybe, I don't know, that would have maybe helped out a little bit, but they should have done that like what they did with last year. If it's going to be right now, I would say they're going to have to reconfigure their offensive line. They're going to have to put Roberto Garza, put him back at right guard, and put Chris Spencer in at center. You know, they should do that, but we'll see what happens, what the Bears does going in next week. But otherwise, this was a piss poor day for the Bears. They kept up pressuring Jay Cutler. Jay Cutler got sacked 6 times today. There was just unimaginable pressure on Jay Cutler today. Like I said, Jay Cutler was 19 of 45 for 244 yards and just the 1 touchdown. Matt Forte had most of the all-purpose yards for the Bears. He had 10 rushes for 49 total yards, and Matt Forte had 10 receptions for 117 yards. So Matt Forte was just basically the Bears' offense today. The defense just given up. We didn't have Chris Harris out there today. He didn't play, so they had Brandon Merriweather start. I wouldn't be more surprised if Chris Harris if he can come back next week and have Brandon Merriweather start in for Major White. We'll see what happens with that from that standpoint. Basically, the New Orleans Saints their defense just basically blitzed the hell out of Jay Cutler. Jay Cutler didn't even have no time. They just kept on blitzing and blitzing and blitzing. That's what I figured they were going to do. They came out with so much pressure, you know, just go live and find another day. You know, now the Bears has got a long week to try to get ready for the Packers that's going to be coming in next week. Hopefully they can shore up the offensive line. We'll find out if how Gabe Carimi, how his injury is, if it's really serious or not. What Major needs it. I wouldn't even have Khalil Bell even play today. I would think that next week, hopefully that Marion Barber can come back next week and get some reps in. That will be a major help for Matt Forte and for Jay Cutler. If they can get Marion Barber, they can get him out there. Hopefully they can get Roy Williams back next week. It would be nice if they can get him back. We'll see what happens this week, but otherwise this was a piss poor game by the Bears. I hate to say it, but New Orleans, it was going to be a tough atmosphere going down to New Orleans and try to beat the New Orleans Saints. It was going to be tough, but the Bears couldn't get the job. So we got to go into next week. Hopefully we can get the win against the Packers. So we'll see what happens with that. So basically, this game was not a good game for the Bears to play. So the Bears are 1-1 now. They got to play Green Bay next week. We'll see what happens. But other than that, it's going to be very interesting to see what the Bears do this coming up week as they prepare for the Packers. Because they got to shore up the offensive line. If Gabe Carimi can't go next week, I would do a reshuffle of the offensive line. That's what I would do. I would reshuffle it. That would be me. They should have put in. It would have been not as bad if they should have just swapped the tackles. That would have been fine by me if they would have swapped Omiel, put him at left, put him at left, and put Jamarcus Webb back at right tackle. That would have been nice to see, but they didn't do that. That's Mike Tice's fault right there. And for Mike Martz, when we trailing in the game, you gotta pass the ball, But the Bears just gave up on the run, They just gave up on the run. So hopefully next week we can have a better game. So this is a sour note for the Bears to lose, but we can try to come back next week and try to overcome this game and get ready for the Packers next week. So there you go. I'm going to be posting my preview video later on in the week of the Packers-Bears game at Soldier Field. That's coming up Sunday. So yeah. And anyway, this is The Game Is On 100, and I'm out.